Hey, what's up guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Ancient Empires. This is still in closed alpha, and today we're gonna see a bit of a siege battle. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this map before, but this is a modded map called Riverfort. Really cool settlement. If this is your first time seeing it, then you are in for a treat. It's got multiple layers of defenses like these arrow towers. I am defending in this battle, so I'm trying to take advantage of these arrow towers, and you can also see that there's a couple different layers of defense out here. It looks really cool. Looks amazing. So in today's battle, we've got a bit of a barbarian beatdown. We have the Iceni or Iceni taking on the Arverni or Arverni, however you want to pronounce it. So it's going to be a pretty cool little matchup here. Now I am commanding the Iceni, so let's go ahead and check out the army comps, and then we can get this one started. It is starting pretty much right now, so we'll move pretty fast. But if you want to skip this, you can by clicking on that annotation. That will take you to the start of the battle. But starting with my army, I've got some Britain naked freemen. So these guys are pretty tough. They look pretty muscular, ready to go. Look at this guy. This guy's really angry. He's super angry. Anyways, yeah, naked freemen, a couple spears there. I got some slingers. I have more spears in the back, ready to hold near the arrow towers, some free spears. And then I've got some druid warband. These guys are so goth. Look at them. They're painted their faces white. Got it looks like they're, look at this guy. This guy especially, he's pretty goth. But these guys are pretty cool. I like the uniforms. And then on the flank here, I've got some dog handlers. These guys are actually really good. And then I have some chariots, of course. I am the Iceni. Gotta bring some chariots. So I got about 3 units of chariots, and I have about 2 units of heavy cav. Which the heavy cav, actually 3 units of heavy cav. So I'm actually bringing a lot of cavalry in this battle, which is kind of interesting because I am defending. Look at this guy though. Oh my god, it's a circus. This guy, he doesn't sit, he stands into battle. What a horse master that is. But yeah, I've got some heavy horse. And that's really it for my army. Here's the elite troops I'm keeping in reserve, like the warband, late period. These guys are heavily armored, well trained. And then I have some skirmishers, the Javi, the Britain youths. And I also have some slingers up on the walls. And here's some more spears defending. But real quick, let's look at JackieFish's army. So he's bringing some Celtic spear wall. These guys look pretty cool. And then he's got the Celtic archer militia. These guys are not that great. They have very short range, but once you get them in range, they can do a lot of damage. Then he's got some Celtic naked fanatics, and he has some Celtic free warband. Pretty well equipped. Looks, you know, pretty deadly. Here's his general. He's got more infantry in the back here. Here's some noble warband. Let me go ahead and show you them. Get a better view. Look at that. Fantastic. And the rest of his army looks like, let's see, more noble warband. He's actually got a lot of infantry, which is going to be very tough to deal with. Here's some Celtic levy freemen and some noble warband. He's bringing some dog handlers, or they're Celtic war dogs, what the unit is called. And here's some more free band. So he's got a lot of infantry that I'm gonna have to take care of, and it's gonna be pretty tough. But anyways, let's press play and start this battle. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk some strategy. All right, so my slingers, I didn't know this at the time. I'm still learning this mod. But my slingers have a much greater range than his archers. Didn't realize it. I don't know why. I just assumed that the slingers were worse than his archers. But I should have been using that against him. I should have been kiting. That's what I should have been doing. Just trying to pepper down his forces as he moved forward. But I'm now moving. Well, I was trying to get some troops up on this hill, but they were having some difficulties getting up on this, for whatever reason, this platform here. So I'm actually going to move them down and move them next to these slingers. And look at this. I'm already getting peppered down by JackieFish's archers here. So he's already doing a lot of damage, which is not good. My cav is kind of leaning towards the flank here, waiting for an opportunity to strike, but I don't see one quite yet. He has 2 units of heavy cav on this side. He's got the Celtic noble horse, so I gotta watch out for them. And Jackie's usually pretty good at making sure he's got a unit of spears nearby, so I can't really charge in just yet. And then of course over here I've got some skirmishing cav, the Britain horsemen. It's a light skirmishing cav, just trying to put some pressure on multiple flanks. JackieFish is moving forward with his army. I went with more of a weaker defense on this side. I kind of want them to come this side. And, oh, look at this. Look at this. My slingers are already getting torn up. They're breaking already. So this was not a good start to this skirmish. And I'm going to go ahead and fall back, because I feel like that's a losing battle, and there's no reason to lose troops in that kind of situation. So falling back, hopefully they don't break off the battlefield. But anyways, back to what I was saying here. Yeah, I want JackieFish to attack near the walls here, because I can hold them off with less troops. And on this side, I'm trying to focus more of my attention here, because I want to keep these arrow towers firing, and I want them activated. So here we go, falling back. Fall back to the fort. And my cav is moving into position. My chariots are now moving forward. Check this out. So awesome. Now, I personally think, I don't know this for sure. This is my first time using chariots in this mod, but they seem a little glitchy. I don't know. That could just be me. I could just be really bad with them, which is completely an option there. That could be it. But this is where I'm going to try. I thought they were archers. I didn't realize they were like javelin men. So I'm trying to skirmish down the enemy, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get a lot closer than this. But it's pretty cool. I love these chariots. I just had to bring them. It's their icon, you know? Oh, here we go. Here comes the first infantry charge. Charging into my spears. I'm gonna form spear wall right at the last second, and I'm gonna hold off these Celtic noble warband. So the fight has begun on this side. Got a lot of arrows coming in. He's attacking one at a time, which is really smart. I've got some javelins over here, kind of throwing down, trying to weaken, soften up their forces. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the chariot's moving in. Here we go, boys. Chariot's moving in for Iceni, or Iceni, whatever you prefer. I've heard both pronounced Iceni and Iceni, but I'm gonna stick with Iceni because it just sounds nicer, personally. All right, here we go. Here comes some Celtic noble horse. So JackieFish trying to seek an opportunity to take out my chariots. I'm trying to turn around, but I'm just too slow. And yeah, not good. Not a good sign. Now, I think chariots are pretty good against cav. At least I thought so. So I'm going to try to keep them charging, keep them running. But JackieFish sending in another cav unit. And I'm also sending in some cav, some of my heavy horse to support them in a time of need. But look at this, they're already breaking. My chariots are already breaking. That dang fish already doing damage. I think the chariots were pretty expensive too, so this is not a great start. Nothing so far has really worked out in my favor. I was trying to get a sneaky charge on this side, trying to take out some of its archers. Not really working out. My slingers are breaking. Look at this, they're looking the wrong way. What are you doing? Turn around. I'm just busy fighting in other areas. And then I've got my skirmish cav over here trying to do something. But again, he's got his spears nearby protecting him. He's moving up his archers, maybe trying to skirmish them a little bit. I do have 3 units of naked fanatics, or naked fanatical warriors. So I'm going to try to set up an ambush somehow, just to let you know. just to, you know, show you guys that. But here it goes for another charge, trying to clean up my chariots. Which is really unfortunate, because I think these guys would have done a lot of damage to enemy infantry, which I was really counting on, but JackieFish, he really got the opportunity, got the upper hand, and is taking out my chariots. Alright, so again, my slingers are looking the wrong way, not sure what's going on there. I'm thinking what happened is that they broke, and they never turned around. You know what, they're absorbing ammo, so they're a great meat shield. But I'm going to go ahead and fall back my naked freeman into the fort here to hold. He's trying to flank around with some troops, but I'm sending out some warband. Let me just go ahead and tactical view here. You can see that he went around this way. He's got more troops coming around this way. Trying to break my spears. My spears are actually doing pretty good. Pretty surprising there. But yeah, I had to send in some warband to try to slow down that flank and protect my spears, you know, back. But check this out, guys. JackieFish left his archers in the open. I'm gonna go ahead and charge in. He's probably busy focusing in other parts of the battlefield. He's trying to quickly get them out of there, but no, he does not get them out, and that's such a juicy charge. That's kind of like when you get a headshot in a shooter game, or you know, like Call of Duty or something. It's just so rewarding. It's kind of like an artillery shot, you know, when you get a really good artillery shot. Yeah, so that's really good for me because those archers can do a lot of damage in late game. So that's 2 less archers I'm gonna have to worry about. I'm gonna go ahead and just fall back and wait for more opportunities to charge in and take out some of his infantry. Look at my spears are hardly fighting. Look, they're more cheering than fighting. But they are holding back this line, and they're doing a great job doing it. Pretty intense fight here. Look at this. Look at, you got birds flying over, just eager to kill or to eat up the dead. All right, here we go. Here comes more forces now charging in towards the tower. This is a very critical moment in this battle because these towers hopefully will help me in this fight. But I've got some druid infantry, a druid warband trying to fill in the gaps. I can see that he is sending in some reserves ready to charge in. Look at the arrow towers going nuts right now, getting tons of kills. That's what I like to see. And my cav over here, taking on some of his cav. He destroyed all my chariots at this point, but I still have all my heavy cav. I'm just trying to get away from these spears. So, let's see. I think I'm just going to turn around and try to quickly defeat this cav unit before the spears engage. I don't know what's going on here. Are we going in, guys, or what? Yeah, the spears are attacking some of my cav, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. There we go. The cav's breaking pretty quickly since we have them surrounded. And there we go. I'm going to quickly disengage from this fight because I don't want to be stuck in a melee against spears. Here comes a flank with warhounds. There we go. So JackieFish trying to flank around with this Celtic spear wall, trying to get through another opening. Thankfully, I had a druid warband in reserve holding them back. Oh my god, how terrifying would it be to fight this unit? So goth, man. So goth. And here comes the hounds over here, the war hounds. Doing a lot of damage. It's getting a little laggy, but there's a lot of units on the battlefield. And here's my second line of reserve over here, ready to hold back these Arverni. More troops fighting up here. Got a bit of a fight out here. My spear's holding this position. Let's see. The fight's still pretty intense on this side. A lot of my troops out in the open here, holding back the Arverni horde. You can see some arrows coming in, trying to focus down my skirmishers in the back line there. And my spears still holding. They were first to meet the enemy on the battlefield, at least infantry-wise. Look at all the arrows come in. That's doing a ton of damage. Alright, this is pretty cool. He's charging up some spears. I realize that I have 2 units of cav. So what I'm going to do here, now this is tricky, but if I can pull this off, it will pay off. But what I'm going to do is try to attack whatever side he's not looking at. So I got cav on both sides here. He is surrounded. And I'm just kind of waiting for an opportunity. I was thinking about charging on the backs of the infantry over here, but he had another unit of spears just kind of watching this area. So it's not like I could have done that. So right now I'm just using my ammo up. Just trying to pepper them down as they're busy fighting in the front lines. Come on. Keep throwing those javies. Alright, let's see what's going on over here because things are getting pretty intense. We'll go back to that cav engagement because I do want to show you what's going on that side. But yeah, we are holding, thanks to the arrow towers, we are breaking some of his infantry. And my cav is still alive, which is great. I got them out of that spear engagement. And look at this guy. He's like, come on, guys. Look for the banner carrier. Look for the standard. You'll see him. He's standing on his horse. But now I'm looking for opportunities to get some hammer and anvil. Check this out. He is breaking. So we are holding on this side of the battle. Let's see what's going on. Okay, here we go. This is where things get crazy. All right, so he is surrounded by 2 units of cav. And I'm going to do a nice sandwich tactic here. Here we go. He's still focusing, looking the other way. Looking the other way. Who will charge in? Will he turn around? There we go. I disengaged one cav, but I engaged the other. And I do get a pretty good charge there, and then I realize that these are spearmen and they're going to destroy my cav regardless of looking the right way. So yeah, I'm going to try to disengage there, but my troops are wavering, unfortunately. This cav unit, though, they didn't charge in, so they're pretty good health. They're going to continue to maneuver around. Follow the standard. Oh, this guy's invisible. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You can't, he's invisible. Not only is he standing on his horse, amazing. I love it. Alright, so let's head back over to this pretty intense part of the battle where I've got some cav roaming around my heavy horse, getting some great cav charges there, breaking the enemy. I'm trying to do my best to follow this battle. There's a lot of stuff going on at once. Here comes a nice hammer and anvil, and we do break the Celtic naked warband. Very good, and I'm going to get my cav out of there because JackieFish is closing in with some troops. He's got some spearmen. My goodness, this is so framey. Why? Why? I guess there's just so many units on the battlefield. And you know, this is Attila, so it's going to be pretty rough on the frames. But yeah, I'm disengaging there, and we're having tons of success, moving in more spears into the front line and holding back the hordes of troops. My druid infantry doing pretty good too. Let's see what's going on the outside here, though. They actually broke through my defenses here, which is not good. I do have some dog handlers over here. And again, these guys are really, really good. It's like extremely good. Something about the war dogs that just slaughter enemies. But here's more of my cav wreaking havoc in his back lines. So the heavy horse maneuvering around, trying to get another hammer and anvil. Setting up. Here we go, boys. There we go. They even throw in some javies, some pila before they go in. I'm actually going for this corner position. There we go. Nice. Take him out. Fantastic. And hopefully that will break him, but it doesn't seem like it. But check this out. Massive, massive chain route on this side. So I'm going to try to continue to pursue him down with my, my spears here. Chase him down, cut him down. But my spears are getting a little tired. Remember, the morale in this is completely different. I'm trying to hold back this other flank here with some cav. Trying to keep these arrow towers activated. I do not want him capturing them. And check this out. Healthy units of infantry breaking, wavering to the sight of these arrow towers. All right, let's see what's going on this side. My dog handler is still doing all right. Keeping these infantry occupied. Come on, take them out. Take them out. So there we go. Another massive chain route there. And we are victorious on this flank for now. But JackieFish still has a massive army attacking the other side. And I am holding with only a couple of troops. Handful of troops. I got the Britain warband holding back. It looks like a bunch of naked fanatics. Oh, there's a guy way back there. You see him? Oh, he did a twirl. He cut his head off. That's awesome. Oh, man, I love the animation. They added, if you guys didn't know, they added, well, what happened is when they made Attila, they had a bunch of animations, but they just turned them off. I guess, obviously, to optimize the game. But what this mod does is just reactivate the animations. So you're going to occasionally see new animations that you don't traditionally see in Total War Attila, the vanilla. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, JackieFish's horde of forces still at my gates. Even though we had a small victory over here, there's still some troops that are returning from breaking. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pursue them completely, so they are back on the battlefield. But I still have a healthy number of troops over here. And of course, I still have my heavy cav. Here comes his charge. He's got more naked fanatics over here, I think. What are they? No, they're actually noble warband. They just go in shirtless, you know? Bunch of BAs. They don't need armor. Just go in shirtless. And they actually... Did they break my cav there? No, that's actually me breaking him. He's got some warband that are... free warband that are breaking. And now I'm fighting off some of his warhounds. His war dogs, I should say. The druid infantry. Got some spears returning back to position here. Gonna be able to flank around and attack these guys. Hopefully I break these guys. They are shaken. The balance of forces are evenly matched, but we do have the support of the arrow tower. So they should break pretty soon. Holding them back here. Oh my god, look at all the dogs. They're ridiculous. They're so buggy. They're just so I don't know. They're tough to kill. And then once they're no longer with their masters, it's hard to tell your units to actually physically attack them. They're just kind of there. But that is an army. Look at the dogs are like, push, push. They're pushing back my spears. What is this madness? This is insanity. This is K9. The balance of power not looking great, but I still believe. I still have the hidden units of Naked Warband over here. So they're just waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. I just haven't decided. I'm trying to be patient with my ambush. Because sometimes if you just wait long enough, you'll get the perfect opportunity to charge out and take out some of his troops. But yeah, they are pushing back my forces. And I am running out of infantry inside the fort. This is just complete slaughter in here. He's actually conquered one of my arrow towers, unfortunately. Thankfully, I still have another one which is going to support my infantry. And look, this is ridiculous. This is just completely... I still don't understand how the morale works in this game. Sometimes your infantry fights forever, and then sometimes your infantry just breaks instantly. But I got one really good charge off on these Celtic Noble Warband, and I have the support of the arrow towers. These guys are wavering. They are wavering. My troops are not wavering. Okay? Let's just, and this guy's standing on his horse, so how terrifying would that be? But let's just see what happens here. Let's just kind of, we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. But just keep a mental note of that. Alright, so he's still just crowding around these corners. Unfortunately, there is no onagers, or at least I don't think the barbarians have onagers. So I couldn't rely on any artillery to kill the masses of troops in the back there, which would be so helpful at this point of the battle. Come on, boys. Give them the cold steel. So yeah, I'm taking on pretty elite troops, the Arverni. But we can hold. That's all I have to do is just hold and hopefully win on this side. Look, here comes the dogs. They broke through. They have broken through. And look at how many. They're so tough to kill. They are so tough to kill. And they do so much damage. And not only are the dogs really good at fighting, but also the handlers, the masters, they're also really good at fighting. So whenever you're playing as barbarians, get the dogs, get the warhounds. They're really, really good. At least in this patch of the mod. I don't know, they might balance it out later. Oh, look at this duel over here. Oh, look at that, they're fighting in the dirt. Glitchy ground right there. A little glitchy. Alright, check this out, guys. Still wavering. Still wavering. Why? Why? And I left my cav in there. I was going to do cycle charges, but I was like, you know what? They're going to break any second now. There's no reason for me to do cycle charges. But no, they're still fighting. Still fighting. And here comes JackieFish moving in some infantry. And I felt like this was finally the opportunity. The final opportunity. The only opportunity I will get to ambush with these naked fanatical warriors. But JackieFish, he saw them. He saw them about right there, and I thought I was being so sneaky. I thought, oh, here we go. I was like, oh, JackieFish, and we were playing this live, talking to each other. I was like, oh, JackieFish, surprise. And he's like, yeah, dude, I saw them like a mile away. This is no surprise. So he's forming up his spears, getting ready to hold. My fanatics here are having a tough time getting through this forest. I guess they can't run through the trees here. So there they go, charging in. Come on, fanatics, get in there. And I've got more troops kind of trying to flank around. But here comes his general. His general's actually moving to this flank. So this could be an opportunity to kill the general. Yeah, just now it says our hidden units have been discovered. No, they were discovered a long time ago. I got some of his troops surrounded in this opening here. My druid warband taking on his noble warband. Felt like, I feel like I've been moving the camera around a bit much. I'm going to try to slow it down here. But there's just so much that was going on during the beginning of this fight. Alright, look. He defeated my cav. He defeated my cav, which were winning that engagement. They were not wavering. And then they break. That is so annoying. Oh my god. And here comes some of my warhounds. Oh, jeez. That guy just... The dog just ate his face. Anyways, yeah, they waver. And then they defeat my cav. And then they break, which is really frustrating. But here we go. I'm trying to flank around with some of my naked fanatics here. Kind of surrounding his spears, which is good. But his general is going to cause some havoc over here, which is not good. He's going to get some hammer and anvils, some cycle charges and whatnot. I do have some of my my dog handlers back in this fight, so they're returning from wavering. Now they're wavering as of right now, right? And their dogs are just off killing random people. Just check them out. Check them out later on in the battle. It's pretty crazy. We'll get back to him. But pretty intense fight over here. Pretty awesome fight. Love those spears. They look really cool. And then the general is, you know, flanking my flank. This is a great opportunity to try to take out his general. My general's kind of watching over on this this side here, and he still has some skirmish ammo. I was hoping that his general would get really close to mine, and then I could like throw my Pila or my javelins at him. But here we go. I've got some cav coming around this way. This is actually my horses. Here we go. Here comes the charge. I'll explain later. There we go. Nice charge. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, it gets a little confusing who's who because the units look so similar. Yeah, there's just so much going on right now. So I was trying to contain the general, but... Oh, look at this. Okay, here comes the dog handlers. Remember how I said they were so crazy? Well, they were wavering. Now they're steady, and they're taking on a very fresh general unit. They are considered a spear unit, I believe, so this is actually pretty good. And his general taking some casualties, taking a lot of casualties actually. Look at that. I'm trying to, let's see, what am my general doing? My general's just kind of sitting here. Not sure what he's doing. Eventually, I do charge him in. But my spears still trying to take out the general. And look at the general is wavering. He is wavering even though he has all this infantry support over here. Look at this, and he's gone. He's shattered. Yep, shattered just like that. To a unit of dog handlers that have already wavered and returned. They're exhausted. I just found that to be pretty crazy. I mean, yes, they are a spear unit, but the fact that a spear unit like that that broke, came back, and then killed the general, which I think is insane. Now they can focus and support the naked fanatical warriors here, the warband, the warriors. And I was going to charge out my general here, but since we killed their general so quickly, I saw no point. Also, look at this. A unit of, let's see, 204 are breaking to the dog handlers. What in the world is going on with this morale? Is it because they saw the general break? Is it like something like witnessing the general run off the battlefield? They're like, nope, we can't do it. Can't take on these dog handlers, even though we outnumber them more than double. We have more than double the amount of troops here. Maybe it's the naked fanatical warriors. Maybe they cause a morale debuff. I don't really know. But this is huge. This is really good. Now I'm closing in the jaws of victory in this situation, and we are about to surround JackieFish's army. Pretty crazy battle. All right, let's see what's going on this side. My general's going back inside. He's no longer needed on the front lines there. My troops are starting to get overwhelmed. Not a good sight. You can see fighting all over the place. Pretty soon they could break it any second. He's also focusing down his archer fire, which is doing a lot of damage. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at this point of view. The guy looked back just in time for a screenshot. Fantastic. So yeah, here comes these naked fanatics. They're so disgusting. Put some clothes on. Some butts there. And yeah, he still has a ton of infantry. The balance of power, though, I think it's shifted back a little bit towards my favor. Now it's kind of shifting back towards JackieFish's favor. But we are victorious over here, and the Arverni are retreating off the battlefield. And now I have a bunch of troops that are free to join. And what I'm going to do here is just join them back up with this main defense here. And right in time, right on time, I should say, because my warband, they are breaking, excuse me, they are breaking. And JackieFish's infantry, he's going to be able to capture this. In fact, he's already captured it. There they go. Storming into the great fort, the great river fort. And now I got to prepare to hold. He's got two different choke points you can charge through. This flat ground right here, and then this opening right here. So I'm going to form up here. Prepare. The general is leading this defense on this side. I'm now trying to quickly get these guys back inside the fort. I cannot run them because they'll get too tired, and I'm trying to save their, I'm trying to save their fatigue. I don't want them too tired, obviously, because that will really affect them in combat. But unfortunately, JackieFish, she still has archers, which are going to do a lot of damage. And I think they're firing at the flank here. Oh yeah, look at that. Doing a lot of damage there. Taking out my my youths over here, which is a skirmishing unit. But this is my final stand. A pretty thick line of troops here. I still believe, because we killed the general, right? Anything is possible, especially with these barbarian armies. You lose the general, you can lose your entire army. So all we have to do is keep our general alive, and hopefully over time his troops will waver. But unfortunately, my druid warband, they are breaking. Unfortunately, I believe it's the archers that were just causing a massive rout here. This was painful to watch. A lot of my troops just breaking. Also, look at this. Look at this. The damn dogs are still alive and just doing work against my army. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's really nothing. I can't tell them to attack them. They just randomly attack. So look, they're attacking the backs of my slingers over here. Very, very frustrating. Because this is not what I need to deal with as soon as JackieFish is making his final push. And he is, here we go, here's the first push. He's got some Celtic spear wall. But again, they don't have a general. I do. I can still win this. Even though we're greatly outnumbered. Jeez, by a lot. Pretty much 2,000 men. That is insane. These hounds, man, disrupting my formations. I've got my reserves, they just make it in time. Because JackieFish, he is closing in with some spears over here. So again, just slowly marching them into position. And just, you can see the carnage on the battlefield already. This has been a massive battle that took place in different areas, multiple areas, which is what I love to see. Layered defense. Look at these cowards abandon their general in a time of need. God, tragic. But the general fights on. The general fights on. He still believes. We're fighting for our homeland. These monsters are fighting for military conquest. We have more to fight for. There we go. My general throwing in his Javi here. Their Pila or whatever. Yeah, they actually throw it pretty far. We're doing some pretty big damage over here. Look at that. Look at all the the flying projectiles just going through the air. It's ridiculous. All right, so now he's pushing in more swordsmen in the front line. Go ahead and zoom panel over this fight. It's a little confusing who's who. Definitely true. Is he breaking over here? No, he's actually falling back. Or maybe he's just reforming. But his troops on this side are breaking. What in the world? A unit of 180 are breaking. I guess it's because they're general. I'm not really sure. But I sent over my naked fanatical warriors. Try to take out some of these warhounds here, these war dogs. Again, I can't physically like click to attack these dogs. I just have to stand near them and hopefully take them out. But JackieFish's spears are getting into position. Getting ready to push in here. Look at their point of view. It's a mess in this fort. It's a complete mess. We also have more fighting over here. It looks like JackieFish sent over some spear or swordsmen to attack me on multiple fronts. So just down to one unit, holding back so many units. My general's still going strong. He actually hasn't lost a lot of units. He's still going strong with his unit. I think I lost like maybe 5-10 men so far. And I've been fighting for a pretty long time over here. But look at this. Look at what's left of JackieFish's army. This is ridiculous. There's no way. There's no way. The only way I can win this is if he gets a massive chain route. But I'm being attacked on all fronts. I'm down to the last handful of troops. The balance of power. He's now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's still just outnumbers me by a ton. My men are cheering. That's good. Their spirits are high. I don't know why. Seems like it's going to be doomed for us. But there's still 6 minutes in this battle. It's still possible that I pull off a miracle here. Pretty close battle. And look at this. His men losing morale. His naked fanatics. Stuck in the swamps here in the river. Right in the center of the fort. My brave general's bodyguard still holding. You, my friend, are looking the wrong way. What are you doing? And I'm still, look at this, still fighting these war dogs. This is ridiculous. And there's so many of them. It's like I didn't kill a single one. My men are just, let me see. Let me just watch. Can we actually kill one? Are they even possible to kill? There's such a thorn in my side. It just will not go away. JackieFish still pushing in with the spears, not doing enough damage. Check this out though, he is breaking over here. He's got a unit of Celtic free warband who are wavering, which is pretty good. Maybe they'll cause fear amongst his ranks, but he outnumbers me by a ton. Also, his units have more mass, so he could easily just push in and break my defenses here. All right, let's see how things are going on the other side. This is where JackieFish is making a huge push. He's got some units in the back just randomly wavering. I guess they're just tired of fighting. I guess they just can't stand the fact that their general has been killed or his general broke early on. But a massive push, and my general holds. He stands his ground. Such a bloody last stand from my general. A true hero. A true hero. There's a bird's eye view of the situation. I mean, I still have a ton of troops here. It's not like I'm losing a lot of troops. It's just, well, it's just he has so many. And look at this attack here. Look at all of these forces. There's no way I can contain them with one unit of naked fanatical warriors. And again, I'm still trying to kill off his dogs here, which it just doesn't look like we're not doing anything against these dogs. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm doing my best here. It's just they're not dying. And then JackieFish's spears are slowly pushing forward, moving my men out of position. So these guys on the back here, they have to hold. If they break, it is game over. And look at this. This is such baloney right here. This is bullcrap. He is capturing this flag, and this is huge for him because that gives him extra morale and takes morale away from my army. I don't know how. I guess he's close enough to capture this, but I still have a ton of troops in here. So how in the world is he capturing this position? I don't know. I guess he's just pushing in more and more troops. He's just got more troops than me in this area. But yeah, look at this. He's completely pushing back the stand of my naked fanatical warriors. Oh, the twirls. And this is where I fall back. I give up on that position. And I knew that I would have to fight and protect my general back to back. Let's see. I'm also moving out my slingers. So I'm kind of making a box here for the final stand. This is a good view of the general's unit. The only one fighting now. General's bodyguard. AKA tribal leader. Got some fire arrows coming in. Trying to break the will of my people. Oh, my people will not break. Not so easily. So we're down to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Do I cause JackieFish to chain route, or does JackieFish break the will of my people? We will find out soon enough. Oh, jeez. Oh, look at this, though. He's still got some troops breaking over there. That might cause fear. That might cause a chain route. But I also have a unit of Britain youths that are breaking. Can I hold? Can I hold for the general, for the Iceni? For the Iceni. Iceni. Painfully close. Holding on. Just barely holding on. This guy looks like he's on a rock. Yes, he is. Kind of watching the battle from up here. And this is where I notice that my troops are breaking here. So what I do is I form a secondary wall with the general, and this is where I'm going to protect the back of the general with my my naked fanatical warriors. And we have JackieFish's men very eager to just charge in. Unfortunately, oh no, massive break here from my troops. It's all down to my general, and he is also wavering, and that is going to be it for today's siege battle. What a crazy fight. That was all over the place. That was pretty intense. We were not talking much there because we're concentrating so hard on, you know, just doing all these different tactics and stuff. But I think the major thing that lost me the battle is just how poorly I used the chariots. I still have to learn how to use them. Did not use them well because they could have done a lot of damage to enemy infantry. Also, my slingers. I could have used my slingers a little bit more efficiently, but yeah, nonetheless, it was a great fight. I almost came back. I was really happy with the performance of my army over on this side where the arrow towers were, because we were victorious over there, just barely, but JackieFish had so many troops he could just send more reserves to the other side. So really great battle. Let's go ahead and look at the results here. It's a little difficult to see the actual kills because it's just hard in this mod, but see, what I should have done is, well, my chariot's not doing terrible, I mean, some of them got 60 kills, 66 kills, 26 kills, but they could have done a lot more. My heavy cav, one got 475 kills, the rest got 47 and 52, so not great there. One of my skirmishing cav getting 201 kills, the other one getting 17. And then what is this? Oh, the dog handlers. Look at this. Look at this, guys. The dog handlers getting 569 and 607. If we look at JackieFish's dog handlers, let's see, where are they? There's somewhere. Where are they? I don't see them. Is this them? Yeah, Celtic War Dogs. Getting 804 kills. 804 kills. What? What? That is not. No, they need to be fixed. They need to be balanced there. But my slingers doing pretty poor there. They could have gotten a lot more. But overall, great battle. Hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, a comment, a share, and subscribe. I gotta hurry up and render this video because there is a tropical storm headed towards my direction. So hopefully I can get this video up. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.